Yo, what's up, everybody? Tambourine Masters here, and we're kicking off a list for the top 19 Simpsons characters of all time. By the way, Milhouse Van Houten got cut short of this list. He would have been at number 20. Anyways, here's number 19, Seymour Skinner, and he runs Springfield Elementary School's principal. His boss is Superintendent Chalmers, or as Ralph Wiggum likes to call it, Super Nintendo Chalmers. Anyways, he runs a school with Jimbo Jones, Kearney, Nelson Muntz, Bart Simpson. The only characters I bet that he could really tolerate are Lisa, Simpson, Martin, and probably Milhouse. Maybe Milhouse. Next character is Lenny Lenerson. You don't really hear much of this character, but you can see him in the bar along with his best friend with Homer, Carl Carlson. Him too. He works at the plant for Mr. Burns and, the black-hearted, bloodthirsty vampire living dead of Mr. Burns. Anyways, next character is Nelson Muntz. Nelson is pretty much the bully, and, he's funny. His catchphrases, and, you could see him anywhere, really, walking around, punching kids with lunch money, anything a bully would do, kind of. Anyways, this character, he lives with his mom only, doesn't have a dad. He lives in an old raggedy house, and it's only shown in a couple episodes, but, typical bully. The next character on the list is Apu Nahibol Stanham, whatever his last name is. So here's Apu, and he shops at the Quickie Mart. He works at the Quickie Mart. Whatever, he owns the Quickie Mart. I think you guys get the picture. He probably has the most robbed store in all of Springfield, and it's the most popular store in all of Springfield. Anyway, this is kind of something that I always wondered. It's kind of a typical gas station store, when all the people of Springfield could be shopping at a store like Target or Mariano's or, Jewel or Walgreens and stuff like that. If you hear any background noise, it's probably my brother or my mom or my dad or whatever. Just screw it. Hello, everybody. Next character is Dr. Nick Riviera. He's one of my favorite characters because he's so funny. But I wonder how he passed med school in the first place, because he's obviously can't be a doctor. And if he's performing an operation on you, you better write your will before it, or just kind of say your last words. Anyway, this guy's hilarious. He works at a bunch of different hospitals, and he gets the job done. Sometimes. Sometimes is the key word. Next character is Barney Gumble. He's your typical drunk, and you don't see him much outside the bar. He's in the typical bar lineup with Homer and friends, with Lenny, Homer, Barney, Moe, and Carl. If you ever seen the episode where Homer gets married to Marge, how that all happened and fell into place, you'll see Barney in college, actually. He probably dropped out or something. He doesn't have a job either. How did he even get through high school? Next character is Homer's wife, Marge Simpson. She kind of looks like a blue tree, and, sometimes she's relentless. She really has a say no attitude because, she barely says no. She just kind of goes with the flow most of the episodes. Next character on the list is Comic Book Guy. Yep, that's his name, Comic Book Guy. Worst YouTube channel ever. That's the guy who always says that kind of stuff anyways. He owns Android's Dungeon, and, pretty much, it's a baseball card shop and old retro, vintage you get the point. He sells old stuff, kind of, baseball cards. Whatever. I'm gonna get so many dislikes. Next character is Lisa Simpson. And, she goes to Springfield Elementary. She's in 4th grade. Bart's in 5th grade, her brother. And Lisa Simpson, she is, one of the tolerant characters for Principal Skinner. She kind of gets all good grades. She plays an instrument. She doesn't really get into that much trouble. Only that one time when she got drunk at Duff Gardens with her aunts. And, that was pretty weird anyways. And then Bart put on drunk goggles. Why does Simpsons have so much stuff to do with drunk people? Whatever, let's move on. Krusty the Clown is next. He's a funny clown, and, he's a clown, yeah. Not your typical clown, though. Off the stage, he's mostly depressed. His father was a rabbi, and so was his grandfather, and so on. And he decided he was going to stop that streak of being a rabbi. He is a clown. So he was kind of depressed because he didn't do what his father really wanted him to do. His father was pretty disappointed in him anyways. He also produces some of the itchy and scratchy cartoon shows. Man, not your typical clown. Also, he's good friends with Bart Simpson because Bart bailed him out of jail when Sideshow Bob, now convict and captivity, or whatever that word is, custody, tried to frame Krusty the Clown, but Bart Simpson called him out. Bart's kind of his #1 fan anyways. The next character on this list is Abe Lincoln. No, Abe Simpson, that is, or better known as Grandpa. And he kind of, I don't know if he's schizophrenic, he sees things, or whatever he is, because he's kind of crazy. I don't know why, but if you ever seen the Simpsons movie, he predicted the future while having a spasm in church, brain damage, or whatever. I don't know, he just started freaking out. I wonder why this list is so long anyways. He kind of lives at the Springfield retirement home. You get the point. Old man sees crazy things. Crazy. Next character is Groundskeeper Willie, one of my favorite characters, because, he's Scottish, Irish. I think he's Scottish anyways. And he kind of works for the school. He lives in a small shack. And I think he lives in a small shack, whatever. He doesn't really do much except save people's lives sometimes, I guess. Might turned off in the previous slide in the clip of audio. So, he's a typical groundskeeper. Most episodes he rips off his shirt and he has like a huge 6-pack and stuff, and he goes out saving people and stuff. And that's pretty much Groundskeeper Willie. Next character is Ned Flanders. Howdy diddly to y'all. And he is a super Christian, and he goes to church every day pretty much. Nothing wrong with that. Ned Flanders, he is neighbors with Homer. Homer doesn't like him very much. But, Ned raises 2 boys. His wife's dead. And, he's typical good dad, whatever. Next character on the list is Moe Slyzak. He always has a sad face on. His mother's dead, and he owns Moe's Tavern. His business is rivals with Joe's Tavern in Shelbyville, the rival town of Springfield. Anyway, you see him in a couple episodes, His catchphrase is, "What's the matter, Homer?" And, he always seems to have that look on his mug. Get what I said there? Look on his mug. You get it? Because, he owns a tavern and they sell, just who cares? Bad joke. Okay, next character on the list is Chief Wiggum. and, serves justice to people. JK, he's kind of a bad cop, pretty much. I don't mean like mean cop or anything. He doesn't really get the job done. Neither do all the other people in the police force either. All about that donuts and that coffee, as you could see in the picture. That's probably why Quickie Mart always gets robbed 12 times a day. Probably by the same person. Springfield cops, gotta love them. Next character on the list is Ralph Wiggum. And as you can see, he's not the brightest light. Not the smartest of all. As you can see here, he has a learning disability, I think. Because he has a Chinese finger trap on his tongue and his finger, where it's supposed to be on both of his fingers. And that chocolate ice cream he's supposed to be holding is supposed to be in his mouth. Ralph Wiggum. Go look up Ralph Wiggum Funniest Moments, because he's one of my favorite characters, and I think he's one of the funniest characters in the whole TV show, in the whole series, for however long seasons it's going on for. The next character here is Bart Simpson. He's a daredevil. He gets into a lot of trouble. He's number 2 on this list, and, he's crazy. He likes skateboarding. A lot of stuff you can name about Bart Simpson. He's a nuisance. He goes to detention every day. He doesn't get the greatest of grades. He's rarely clever with his pranks on people. He actually threw a radio down the well and then spoke into a microphone like there was a kid down there who was actually trapped in the well. Anyways, his plan backfired when his sister Lisa found out, because she was listening to the TV, right, and she heard a growling noise. Finds out that their dog got a hold of the microphone, and Bart's plan backfired. That was one of his craziest pranks ever. He's also best friends with Milhouse. And number 1 on this list, I think we all saw it coming. It was either going to be Bart, Ralph, or Homer. Here's Homer Simpson. He likes eating food. He's pretty fat. He's the main character of the show. He's not the brightest person of all. Married to Marge. He has 3 kids. And he works at the plant too with Lenny and Carl. And, he's the main character. A lot to say about him. I'm just trying to keep this brief because this video has been going on for 13 minutes so far. Anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video. By the way, we have an Instagram channel now. Instagram account. Whatever. Just go follow us on Instagram. Same name as the YouTube channel name. This was the longest video, and I hope you liked the video because I know that we did. Yeah, you could see MJ like there. I think he liked it. So, what do you do now? Well, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, still like the video. Subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Peace, everybody. It's Tambourine Master Serum. We're out.